Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading I'm doing a topic that you guys have been asking me about for a while, which is ask a question and your guides shall answer. A lot of you have been reminding me about it in the comment section, and so I thought today would be the day we do that. So to do this reading, you can either pick your pile or piles using your zodiac signs. If that is your preferred method, you'll find a link to it down in the description box, which will take you straight to the part of the introduction where we shuffle your zodiac signs and find out in which of the piles they're going to fall under. But of course, if you prefer to pick your piles using your intuition, you can either pick them using the cards that we will be revealing in a moment, or through the crystals that I will be placing on top. Okay, so let's check out your cards for today's reading. For pile number 1, you have the Four of Swords. For pile number 2, you have the Five of Cups. And for pile number 3, you have the Three of Pentacles. If you prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, then let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you have the Bloodstone in the shape of a point. For pile number 2, you have the Dalmatian Jasper point. And for pile number 3, you have the Sodalite point. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to, and this or these will be the piles for you here today. The way you can go about today's reading is that maybe you have one question and you're drawn to several piles that maybe together will answer your question fully, or maybe you want to go about it by assigning a different question to each, like assigning a question to each pile or to different piles. It's all up to how you want to use today's reading. At the end of the day, you will get the message that you are meant to hear. And once you are ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I will see you in your readings. In a moment, I am about to assign different zodiac signs to each pile. And so if this is something that you do not prefer, then please pause the video, take as much time as you need, and as mentioned, I will see you in your readings. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, then my dear soul family, this specific part of the introduction was created just for you. And what I like to do is shuffle your zodiac signs really well. And once we're ready, we'll be drawing out 4 zodiac signs for each pile. Okay, I think we've done enough shuffling. Let's draw out the first 4 zodiac signs for the first pile. Okay, so the signs are Cancer, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Virgo. For pile number 2, your signs are Libra, Scorpio, Gemini, and Taurus. As for pile Number 3. The signs are, of course, Sagittarius, Aries, Pisces, and Leo. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs for today's reading and their association to each of the piles. Please feel free to pick your piles using your sun, moon, and rising. Or rising, I highly recommend, of course, that you check out the 3. Alternatively, you can pick your pile using another placement in your chart if this is something that you prefer. And once you're ready, you will find the timestamps. Before I say that, for some reason, I heard if you had, I heard 3rd house. So perhaps if you have a placement in the 3rd house, this may be another way for today's reading to pick your pile. I just suddenly heard 3rd house. So yeah, this is another way if you feel drawn to it. And once you're ready, you will find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Your crystal is the beautiful, is the beautiful bloodstone in the shape in a point, bloodstone point. Your card is the 4 of swords. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then the signs for this pile are Cancer, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Virgo. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. Do note that it's a general reading. Some people prefer to pick their piles through the cards and the crystals. Others prefer to pick their piles using their star signs. But in all cases, they are not the official signs of the pile. Okay, so today we're taking a look at a question that you have that your guides are going to answer for you. So let's now take a look at your oracle cards first. You have the 1st quarter waxing water moon with choice. Okay. You have move. And it says move your body, shake it out. Your body holds all your feelings. Let's move through them. Very interesting. Okay. You have rooster. And you have success in love. Okay. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. This way we get a better idea, like a full picture of what your guide's response to your specific question is. So what is your guide's response? You have the King of Cups. Okay. The Witch. This is the High Priestess in this deck. You have the Magician. The King of Swords. The Queen of Swords. It's interesting. They're either major arcana or court cards so far. No minor arcana yet. Okay, well, the courts are minor arcana, but it's like either court cards or major arcana so far. See, another court card, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, let's stop there. With all of the court cards going on, does your question have to do anything with people? Or maybe it has, and that is their response. There's a lot of magic in your reading with the witch and the magician, leading me to think that the answer to your question lies heavily towards them guiding you to use your intuition. Because look at this King of Cups. Their heart is somewhere, they're looking for something, but it seems what they're looking for is is in a far different direction than where they are fishing or looking. Maybe you want to find what you want in one direction, when what you want could be somewhere else altogether. I also see the witch card here, which is the High Priestess, choosing between 3 cards. And the reason I say choosing is because you have choice here. Also, it does say success in love. Knowing that the Lover's card in tarot is a card of choice, I'm getting this strong feeling that the answer to your question also lies in you maybe making a different choice. Perhaps the choice is leaning towards some form of sacrifice that you're guided to make. And the reason I say sacrifice is because before this reading began, I read about the I believed it was Berenice's, the Comma Berenice's constellation, which is specifically these 3 in the 4 of Swords. And the lore behind this constellation is that, or the reason why they called it Berenice's, is because the Egyptian queen Berenice's, she sacrificed her beautiful hair, she cut it off, and she presented it to Venus as an offering and a sacrifice to the goddess Venus, asking that her husband, I believe Ptolemy III, would come back safely from the war, return home safely, and be protected during the war. So I'm getting this idea of some sacrifice, making a sacrifice. Like taking a different choice, although it's going to be a bit of a sacrifice, but you are guided to lean on looking at the situation in a different way or making a different choice. Because making that different choice with the magician and the witch would give you some form of magical outcome that you are not expecting. Because look at this King of Swords. This King of Swords seems so frustrated. Like, there's this gesture of, I really don't know what to do. Like, this King of Swords is supposed to pull the sword out of the stone. It's not working, and they're really stressed or like frustrated. They don't know what to do. And you know, the King of Swords is usually someone who's strategic. They're going after the things that they want through planning, through discipline, through force, masculine energy. There seems to be some frustration here. And so I think your guides are saying, although you think and you believe that you're doing the right thing, like you're planning right, you're being disciplined, like super disciplined with the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, and you're responsible also with the Queen of Pentacles. Like, this is a combo of being responsible, doing the right thing, being disciplined, going after the things that you want. And I do see you here like standing there waiting, being patient and disciplined. There's frustration. It's not happening. And so whatever your question is, I feel like you're being guided, as mentioned, to take a different choice. Here it says, move your body, shake it out. I kind of feel like your guides are saying, like, shake off this frustration and let's move through them. Don't stand there feeling like there's nothing that you can do. You actually do have other options. maybe you haven't considered them because you believe what you're doing is the best choice. Not knowing that making a specific sacrifice could be a favorable move. So I'm not sure what this sacrifice is yet, but I think if we pull out the rest of the cards, we'll be able to understand more. Your body holds all your feelings, and this is the King of Cups. I think this is saying, especially with the heart here, I think this was talking about King Charles of England, the first or the second, this heart. I can't remember what it was relating to. But anyways, there seems to be an emphasis on the heart. And it says your body holds all your feelings. Perhaps the option that you're on now is the option that you love, or the option that your heart is leaning towards, because you can see a heart here. But maybe that may not be the right direction. And so I feel like there is guidance to, with the rooster, be open-minded, because that's alertness, and you can see a direction. To have the open-mindedness to look in a different direction. Because initially it might not seem like your preferred way to go, but it could be the wise key towards the solution or the results that you want. Okay, so let's take a look at the rest of your cards. So you have the Five of Cups. It's exactly what I thought. And then there comes the Three of Cups, where the water is flowing from one level to the other. That's what I imagined here when I looked at the Five of Cups. I instantly thought, oh, the water would flow from here to here, but this is the Five of Cups. I guess that's what the picture is trying to say. And then there it is with the Three of Cups. And there also seems to be maybe collaboration with others, because you have a lot of court cards, and then you have the Three of Cups. Perhaps, let's see. And you do have the Lovers. It's like maybe cooperate with others or something. Another court card. Unbelievable. The Queen of Cups. The Emperor. Then you have the Six of Swords. And finally, you have the Ten of Wands. End of a heavy cycle. Okay. There seems to be an emphasis on the crowns here in your reading. Emphasis on the crowns. Even the umbrella here is maybe pointing to the crown chakra. The Five of Cups here, they kind of look like the crowns, like crown. I really feel like this is saying your mind is so stuck on something, like you're not giving the space to look anywhere else. Your mind is so stuck on a way. And the reason it is so stuck in this way is because maybe your heart is driving it a little bit. It's like, you see the heart here, the heart. The heart could be the thing that is closing off your mind from considering other options. Which is, with the Five of Cups, creating one disappointment after the other. There's no water flowing. So you do the same thing, you wait patiently, you don't find what you want, and that's the first disappointment. And then you go again, and the same happens. And again, and the same happens. And again, and the same happens. So there's constant disappointment here, whereas water could flow, aka results can happen in a different manner. there seems to be in your reading so many court cards and the Emperor. It's unbelievable. It's like perhaps you're dealing with so many people, or maybe you're guided to deal with different people, or you don't want to deal with anyone and you want to do it on your own. These could all be different options depending on what your question is. Another thing I'm noticing before we put it together, the witch is pointing at one of the cards here, making another choice. And the Queen of Cups is also pointing towards another cup. Both cards, the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, have to do with emotions. But the key, the wise key, seems to be pointing into a different direction. But interestingly, this is the Queen of Cups, which means that this different direction may not initially look like something that you want, because this cup is floating. It's very obvious that this is what you want. Here, the Queen of Cups, or the mermaid, dove in and found it at the bottom of the ocean, which gives us an idea that she looked for it. And also there is a turtle, which means that she looked for it, she was patient, she looked for it slowly until she found it. So, although there are two types of patience here, one patiently waiting in a stubborn direction because of this figure just turned around and looked, they will find what they want. And another type of patience, which is not waiting, but actually looking somewhere else and making a different option, which you will ultimately love. Success in love. This different option will give you a strong foundation with the Emperor to the thing that you love. Here there is a tiny crown that you may not even see unless I put the card so near to the camera. And here the crown is much more obvious. There is an emphasis here on the key, that the crown here is much bigger. Perhaps you winning, see the crown over the heart, you winning in getting what you want. So now that we have an idea here about you being guided to take a different choice, and that different choice, although may not, it will be sacrificial of some sort, like a different type of sacrifice. You're guided to shake off that feeling. Don't hold onto it, shake it out and open your mind to take a look at another different direction. And although on a face level it may not look like a preferred direction, but ultimately it will be magical and the water will flow finally and it will give you what you want, causing a great transition with the Six of Swords, moving you out of that heavy phase. And in fact, Ten of Wands means it's the end of that heaviness, and I can see you now moving out of this heaviness that you have. So the question now becomes, what is then your guidance on this other direction? In case you're listening to this reading going, what is that other direction? I don't know. Well, that's a good question. If I don't figure it out from this Queen of Pentacles, then I will pull out your cards and ask that question for you. I will tell you what I'm seeing in this card. Perhaps it is your answer to some of you. You can see the Queen of Pentacles here nurturing her kittens, right? So, and also the Queen of Pentacles is resourceful. We did also talk about Berenice's giving her hair to Queen Venus. Again, we're talking about love, like sacrifice, making a specific sacrifice in a nurturing, loving way. So I would say your guidance is making a different choice that is more resourceful, and to do it with patience and love until this other direction grows. To be patient, this time in a different direction. And to be resourceful. To be resourceful as you take on this new direction. So what does resourceful mean in your reading? Ace of Cups. Like how are you supposed to be resourceful? Ace of Cups. The Five of Wands. The cattails. Although this is the cattails, it's referring to the cat here again with the Five of Wands. Justice. Interesting. And let's pull out the last card. The Nine of Wands. Yeah, it looks to me like this other direction seems to be a direction that is less peaceful, perhaps, or less tranquil than the other direction. And maybe this is why you prefer the direction that you're on. Because here we can see some rivalry as well as the Nine of Wands here. Do you notice that? So the struggle with the Five of Wands seems to be that you don't want to go through this noise, disturbance, disruption. Maybe look at all of these people and all of these people and all of the court cards in your reading. At this point, I must trust that this other direction that you don't want to take maybe will make you deal with a lot of people. And maybe you are insulating yourself from dealing with these people, because here you have cattails, and cattails are used for insulation. So your guidance in whatever your question is learn to fall in love with being out there, because this is where you will get your justice, or things will come into balance, or you will get your results. Nine of Wands speaks of the wounded warrior. It speaks of confidence. It speaks of boldness. It speaks of going out there when you don't feel like it. So I believe your reading is saying this other direction will overflow, will give you results. And although initially it might not be something that you love, but it will be something that you will adore. Success in love. If you are open-minded to make a different choice, that you're insulating yourself from, this is where the balance shall fall. If you push yourself with the Nine of Wands out of your comfort zone, it might feel like a sacrifice, but it's a sacrifice that will give you back. And it's a sacrifice that will protect you, just as we saw from Berenice's, the constellation, Berenice's, and will help you get what you want safely, although you might not see it as safe initially, but you will go through it safely. And so you're being guided to make that sacrifice with boldness, with strength, and you shall be successful. Take that leap of faith and do it with love. Don't do it with while you're carrying that heavy load. Perhaps it's going to show in your energy, or it will affect the energy. Do it with love. Do it with grace. And most importantly, do it with enjoyment. It's not about taking huge steps. It's about taking a bold step with grace and love. And move up the staircase from there. Because you will get the rush. Because there's so much rush in these endorphins in all of these people. They feel like they can do anything. So as you take the steps, doing things with love, gracefully, and being bold, you will get that rush. and things will just fall into place. All of these people going out there, they're out there believing that they're gonna get their justice, that they're gonna make this happen. And this is how revolution changes our whole lives. And here, although you feel like it's a struggle, but look at all these birds symbolizing peace, and look at the cattails, which talk about what you think is going to be tough, you will be insulated from, and in fact, you'll be surprised to see that it will flow peacefully. Just do it with love towards yourself first as you're taking these steps. Do it with enjoyment, but be bold. It's like that balance between doing the right thing, but don't do it with by over pressuring yourself. And in fact, it says shake off that feeling, shake off that feeling that is standing in your way, causing this paralysis of choice. Shake off that feeling and say, it's okay to be afraid as you get into it. These emotions will dissipate. You know, this reminds me of the definition of courage. Courage doesn't mean that you do things and you're not afraid. Courage means that you do what you need to do, although you feel afraid. And it's also very related to the definition of confidence, since we're talking about the Nine of Wands, which means confidence isn't about you doing things and succeeding every time you do it. That's not confidence. Confidence is doing it, knowing that it might work and it might not work, that you'll be able to handle it, that you got this. But it doesn't mean that it's going to go right every time. So I feel like just get into it. You will be protected. That's the beautiful part. Do it with grace. Do it with love. And you will figure it out as you go into it. You will cross that bridge. And you will be supported by powerful emotions. Perhaps these are the very emotions that are supported with you, are supporting you and protecting you from the spiritual realm. It's like, just go and we're there. Just go do it, we're there. Don't be afraid. We'll be there in every step. Just go do it. It's kind of like, just pretend and we're gonna do it. But by pretend, of course, it's not like don't do what you need to do. It's like, just do what needs to get done and we're gonna help you succeed. That kind of pretend. Like, do whatever is in your hands and we'll help you succeed. That, my dear pile number 1, is exactly what I see in your reading. And as your answer to the question that you have, I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please do consider joining the memberships. It is a great way to support me if you can and wish to do so. You will find a join button under this video. I've also left a link first thing in the description box to make it easy for you to find. If you do decide to support me, I want to thank you from the heart. It makes such a big difference in helping me do what I love to do for you guys every day. Thank you so much, guys. Sending you so much love. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Your crystal is the beautiful Dalmatian Jasper point. Your card is the 5 of Cups. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Libra, Scorpio, Gemini, and Taurus. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your zodiac signs, as I always remind you guys, please don't worry about it. They are not the official zodiac signs of this pile. They are just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Because some people prefer to pick their piles using their intuition, and others prefer to pick the pile using their zodiac signs. Okay, so today we're taking a look at the answer of your question from your spirit guides. Okay, so let's see what your oracle cards are. You have the Black Water Moon with isolation. Okay, And you have home. What does home mean for you? What centers you? Where do you keep returning to? Very interesting. And you have hold on the other hand. And it says, is there a thought or feeling that's asking for your attention? Can you hold it gently and ask it what it needs? How nice. How nice. Okay. You have a change. Looks like a huge air balloon, and you can see some giraffes running along with it on the ground. You have good lady. And finally, you have wisteria. Very interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at your tarot cards and ask, what is the answer to your question from your guides? What is the answer to your question from your guides? Okay, last two cards, this one and that one. Also, this one's moving, so I'm going to take it. All right. So you have the 10 of Swords, the Moon card. Wow, the death and rebirth. Where did we see that idea? I don't know why. I feel like I picked up on this idea in your reading. Okay, so you have the death and rebirth. Wow, the Sun card, okay. Oh, yes, I remember. It's because of the constellation Lepus, which we'll talk about, that's related to the Canis Major, but we'll get to it in a moment. That's where we're getting. So death and so rebirth, I mean, is very strong in your reading. You have the Queen of Pentacles. You've got the Five of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and you've got the Empress. So we'll leave these cards for now and take a look at the situation and their answer. So the pain that you are going through with the 10 of Swords seems to be ending now. Although you're deep into something with the Moon card, not expecting that something new will happen, but something is in fact about to happen for you, and the pain that you are going through is about to end, and positivity is about to arise into your life, where you will find yourself to be much more grounded with the Queen of Pentacles and the home here. You can even see with the Empress, something is about to birth in your life. That's like very strong in the energy of your reading, as an answer to your question. And I want to like tie your reading together and try to show you what I'm seeing, because I'm seeing a strong energy of rebirth. Here you have in the Five of Cups, which is, by the way, a card of disappointment. So there's disappointment, there's pain, there's crying. But here you can see the constellation Canis Major. And it is said, this greater dog, to follow or pursue, right, the constellation Lepus. And that's where I was referring to. Lepus, on the other hand, was said to be placed by Hermes to represent swiftness and also rebirth, the spring. So to me, this is saying that although you're disappointed and in a lot of pain, good luck and rebirth will always be following your footsteps. It shall never leave you. Although with isolation you feel alone, the reality of the matter is spiritually, energetically, the energy of rebirth and positivity and great luck is following your footstep. It's about to happen in your life. And if you're watching this reading now, we are in the spring, and this could be an answer to you saying that it could be happening now for you, whatever your question is, because there's timing in the reading. So if there is a question of timing along with whatever it is you're inquiring about, the time question seems to be in the spring. I can see that you have struggled a lot and burned by something and really felt a lot of pain in whatever the situation is. So here I feel like your guides are saying your pain and you were always held at high regards. You were never left. And you might stand there feeling alone, but you always have a home within us. Look, maybe even like weird thought, but maybe even serious could be your home. Very, 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 like very specific message here. And the reason I say that is because look at this figure. Pointing their hands towards their heart and looking at the brightest star, you know, Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky. And the reason I say Sirius also is because the dog star, Canis Major contains the dog star, Sirius, which is the brightest star in the sky. So this is why I just said that. Maybe it resonates with someone. But in all cases, putting that detail aside, the strong message here is know that you always have a home. Although you feel alone and isolated, remember you are held at high regards. And do note, things may be tough now and you may be too deep into something, not knowing how you'll be taken out of it. But also consider that something else is forming energetically for you. It's growing at the moment and you shall receive it very soon in the spring. It shall come to you as a great surprise. You know, just seeing a good lady, I can't help but think in how religions, the idea of how religions promise that if you're a good person, or not even religions actually, it's like you do good karma, you get good karma. So with good lady, I can't help but think that your guides are saying you have a lot of good karma that is following you faithfully. Do you see that? That will follow you faithfully. And your good karma will be bringing you a lot of good luck and fortune very soon in your life. It is your good karma that will in fact pull you out of this and create a good, like a rebirth. Also, look at the Pisces here. It's like constellation after the other, and from different decks. I have this idea of look at the stars or look at what's happening in the sky. Look at that Sirius. Maybe you're being guided to look, guys, you know, the problem is I don't know. I'm not really too good at astrology. I just know the things that I read. But maybe there's something astrologically that you're meant to look at. I would say, as far as I know, look at the sun, look at the moon. Can't help but think of the solar eclipse that just happened, if you're watching this now. So perhaps this is saying things are starting to change in such a great manner when the eclipse happened. So maybe there is a new beginning, like trust in the stars, as above, so below. Trust in the stars, in what you're seeing, that this is a great timing for you this spring. It's the beginning of something that will create a lot of groundness and fortune for you. It's a time of great positivity for you, where something is going to start growing and being the dog again, wow, and being super faithful to you, this energy that's coming in for you. Have trust that there is, also the Empress has to do with abundance. Wait, I'm mind blown, because the Queen of Pentacles in conjunction to the Empress, this is an explosion of abundance here. And this reminds me, actually, speaking of explosion, the wisteria, but that's in the fall, regardless of the fall, because here it's clearly talking about the spring, the time when the sun starts appearing after a long winter. I know the sun card is associated with the summer, but please stay with me on the idea. In the fall, the wisteria pods, they harden and they explode. What is it called? Distributing? Spreading the seeds. So I feel like your cards are saying the end of the pain is now. Although you're so deep into something, you're like, how is this going to happen? I'm so deep into something now. A surprise is coming. Some form of surprise energy is coming. And things have changed for you. A rebirth that's coming due to some great karma that's following you and will always follow you. This great karma will stay with you until the end of time. This is the beginning of an explosion of great abundance, whatever this means to you. And it's causing some great change. And look, here the air balloon is flying and the giraffes are moving in the same direction below, which definitely reminds me of as above, so below. Again, the idea of look up at that what happened is a sign for you that things are ending and a rebirth is happening for you. And although you're struggling to see that now, because you're too deep into something and you're in a lot of pain, this is the end of it. That's the Ten of Swords. A surprise is coming in the spring. Maybe even if you're watching this now in April, if you're watching this later, could even be this month for you. Because you can see the idea of spring. Also, Four of Cups is when the surprise came in. And the Four of Cups is representing perhaps April. Could be representing April. So, yeah, I expect something in the spring. April, May, June to happen. And you can see that this energy is forming. It's kind of like you've got something in your hand now. You're too deep into something, while another energy also in your hand, you just don't know yet. There's another option that will be presented to you that is in your hands, but you don't know yet because maybe it hasn't shown up in your periphery, as to speak, so to speak. And obviously, the most important part of the message is you may not see it, but look up whenever you need us. We hold you in great regard. And whatever you're feeling, whatever you're asking for, we will hold it in high regard. We will be there for you to help you with what you need. You below, us above. We are treading in the same direction, and so we shall always be together. It is a season of great abundance and positivity for you. So await this grand transformation in your life. And speaking of that, let's look at the rest of the cards. Perhaps it will be showing us more information about that transformation which you should expect. So you have the Tower card, which could signify a great surprise, by the way. Because look at the lightning that's forming a heart. Do you see it? So I feel like, also with the butterflies, a transformation. So I feel like a surprising event will happen, but it will be an event that you will love, with the heart forming here. Look at that Knight of Cups. It could be with the Knight of Cups, I would say, that you will be offered something, or a communication that you will love is on its way, will be offered to you. Five of Pentacles. It will be the key to you unlocking yourself out of the difficult situation that you're in, to take you out of it. It will be the key, this communication or this surprise, that will take you out of lack. The lack here could be you really don't know what to do, or you don't have the resources to do what you want to do, or maybe you don't have the information to do what you want to do. But communication is key here, and it will help to give you the key, present you with the key, to take you out of where you feel like there's nothing in your hands to do. Nine of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. And Seven of Cups. Oh. I feel like what they're talking about here is that you will be presented with something, maybe resources, some form of resource, information, a great offer or something that will allow you to feel like now you have many options. Whereas before you were stuck with something, maybe. There was no way out. Now with this communication or this offer, this surprise offer, now you have many options. You will have many options to choose from. This is like being spoiled with options. It's like, okay, so now I feel like I have so many things that I could do. Do I want to take all of them? Do I want to pick one? And whereas before you didn't have any resources, now you have so many resources working for you and starting to create what you desire. You will feel like you're so much equipped and stronger and larger than ever to easily take a stepping stone or a step outside of your comfort zone. But this step outside of your comfort zone will feel like it's so easy that you might even question if this is what it means to step outside of one's comfort zone, because you were much larger than it. So what used to be your comfort zone and what you were afraid to do and to step into will now feel like nothing. You can step into it so easily, whatever this means to you. What used to be your troubles, what used to be the fence preventing you from doing something, will feel like it's beneath you. It's nothing. With these amount of choices and many things working for you and starting to sprout the results that you want, that you love, it will feel like the very same things that used to stand in your way, blocking your view, blocking your hope, and blocking your safety, blocking whatever that is, will mean nothing. you will walk out of it like it was nothing, because these options, these resources, these solutions will give you such power and such grandness that you will step out of this problem like it never was any type of problem. So what used to be a great challenge and a great problem and a great source of lack will be so in the past that with that type of new energy, your experience is now different. I need to bring an example to try to tell you what am I seeing with the proportions here. The one thing I can think about that's not really related to, or maybe it could be, but it's the quickest, the example that hit my mind is like, let's say, for example, there is someone who loves fashion, right? And their salary was barely allowing them to not, of course, get the things that they love in fashion. Let's say they have things pinned in Pinterest, they follow specific fashion pages, they love makeup, they love they just love, they're so passionate about fashion. And their salary is just enough for them to like get one item, if they're lucky, from the things that they love. And then they start working in like a fashion house or a fashion company. I don't know how it works and whether my example makes sense or not, but please follow with what I'm trying to say energetically. Let's say they get to work in a fashion house or like with like in the fashion industry, and now they're spoiled with fashion. Like maybe a lot of events happen and they get to take a lot of freebies, they get to take a lot of gifts, and now after them struggling to get one item that they love, now they're so spoiled with everything that they love that now they could be like talking to their friend and saying, hey, you can take this bag, and they say, oh my god, this bag is so expensive, and they're like, don't worry about it, you can take this and you can take that and you can take this, and it's nothing now. And they're enjoying what they love because this is their passion, but it's nothing now. It's not so hard, it just comes so easily. And that's what I mean by stepping out of it so easily, like it's nothing. So whatever the situation that is troubling you, now it may look like it's impossible to get out of. But soon, with this huge abundance and with the abundance of choices and resources, it's not just going to work for you. It's going to work so much that what used to be a fence standing in your way will be like nothing. You'll step out of it constantly without realizing that you were stepping out of it every single time. It will be nothing to you, is exactly what I see your guides telling you. This great fortune will be loyal to you. It will always be following you. It is your good karma that will grow with you. So it's kind of like, dear one, we love you. And if you ever feel alone, remember you have a home that loves you. And your time of hardship has ended. And now is the time where abundance starts to sprinkle like confetti to be celebrated into your life. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see as your answer from your spirit guides to your question. I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Did we read all your cards? Yes, we did. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please do consider joining the memberships if you can and wish to do so. It is a great way to support me. You can do this by clicking on the join button under this video. I've also left a link first thing in the description box to make it easy for you to find. If you decide to do so, I want to thank you for your kind assistance in helping me to do what I love doing for you guys every day. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, sending you so much love. This was such a sweet message and I feel honored to have delivered it for you. Love you guys so much, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Your crystal is the beautiful Sodalite point, and your card is the 3 of Pentacles. If you've chosen your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Sagittarius, Aries, Pisces, and Leo. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your zodiac signs, as I always tell you guys, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. They are not the official signs of the pile, however. Okay, so today we're taking a look at an answer from your guides to a question that you have. So to do that, we'll take a look at your oracle cards first. So you have Express. Take all those thoughts and feelings and let them out through an outlet that feels healthy and right for you. Okay. You have the third moon mansion with the keyword palace. So this moon mansion is ruled by Jupiter and Venus between Aries and Taurus. Okay. Aries, Taurus, then I believe Gemini. Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. Something in a sequence. Perhaps from one month to the next, something growing. Let's see. Not sure yet. Okay, so you have the 12th moon mansion with the keyword the fall. So you seem to be on the precipice of something. In all cases, this moon mansion is ruled by Mars and Venus between Leo and Virgo. Okay. You have another moon mansion, the 10th moon mansion with Fountain. Wow. Ruled by Neptune and the Sun between Cancer and Leo. Okay, so again, you have the sequence. Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Sequence of months after each other. Sequence of months after each other. Okay. You have phone call. And you have hope. Big water. Look at that. I mean, that couldn't be a coincidence here. There seems to be an influx of great abundance coming into your life. Maybe this is like fulfillment of hope or something. Let's see. Hope, abundance. Also romantic communication could be another thing. Fountain of youth, your health getting better. It could be many things. I think we should wait and take a look at your tarot cards and see what is the answer to your question, my dear pile number 3. What is the answer, to your question? So, you have, wow, the 10 of Cups, and that's the background of the 10 of Pentacles. What a great card to start off your reading. Do you see the abundance here, the abundance here? So it's like super positive cards. Could express, be talking about you getting some form of communication. That's really nice. You have the Hanged Man. Hermit. The Eight of Cups. That's really interesting, these two cards actually, and this one. You have the Chariot. Oh my god, the message is so consistent and powerful. The Queen of Pentacles, following on the idea of abundance and an inundation of abundance into your life. So you have the Six of Swords, transition. The Emperor, wow. The Three of Cups. Wow, and you've got the Judgment. You've got such awesome cards, my dear pile number 3. I see here some great communication from your guides, like a strong message happening about some great abundance finally happening in your life after time of great pain. So I'm seeing here that your guides, see, this is the background of the Eight of Pentacles, which is a card of mastery. Seeing it in this specific Three of Cups, I can't help but get the idea that your guides are saying you've mastered a specific lesson that you were meant to learn in this phase of your life. In fact, you can see the figure from the World card in the Hermit. You've been treading alone in an uncomfortable position for so long, but look, that's the Strength figure. You've gained strength, so much so that it's the end of that difficulty. You've gained illumination, you've gained understanding, you've built a foundation of an understanding in this phase, and that's why with this Eight of Cups you're walking away as you've mastered a specific lesson, something that used to bring you a lot of pain. You've learned so much from it, you've become strong, and so now is the time of great celebration, because now is a strong beginning to you winning something, because you can see the transition. It's also the card of the Six of Wands. Now it's a strong foundation. You're not going to be in the victim side, you're going to be on the winning side. I don't know what this means to you, but this seems to be strong. You used to be on the painful side, on the victim side. Now you're going to be on the winning side. You see one hand with the hollow star, the other hand with the winning star. So on one hand, you were being prepared, you were creating a mold for success, and on the other hand, you're now transitioning, becoming that success. And you can see it very clearly here. As you've built that foundation, you are now on the precipice of change. I feel like your guides are saying they were with you in this long journey, protecting you. Although I'll tell you why I just said that. Although you think you were alone, you never really were alone. They were always in constant communication. And I say they were always with you because here in the Gemini constellation, you have Castor and I forgot, Pollux. Yeah, Pollux, the two twins, Castor and Pollux. And I know, as I just read about them, that they were known to be protectors of, so they were helpers of mankind, and they were specifically known to be protectors of Jason and his men, who were getting the golden fleece, as you would know the story, if you know the story. And Jason was getting the golden fleece because he wanted to free his mother and take back the throne from his uncle, who abdicated, who took the throne by force and promised to abdicate the throne if he gets the golden fleece. So what I'm trying to say is the twins, They were the protectors of Jason and the men through this journey. And so, I also got a lot of ideas now that I said the story. Okay, I'll get to it in a moment. So my point is, they were always protectors to you throughout the whole journey, although you were feeling alone. Now this journey has completed, and the uncomfortable situation is ending. You've mastered a great lesson, and I feel like they are so proud of you for understanding this lesson and gaining that strength. And they want to let you know that you're now going to be on the winning side. There is a great awakening and a movement forward where what you used to be, so to speak, thirsty over is going to be fulfilled. We're going to quench your thirst, and thus helping you move forward at a great speed. Behold of a great awakening and a great movement upwards in your life, and grand new chapter, an inundation of blessings and happiness with the Ten of Cups. This is the Ten of Cups and the background of the Ten of Pentacles. This is such an awesome card. This is like the two fortunate tens of the tarot. Ten of Cups is like happiness, being elated, it's happy family. Ten of Pentacles is like abundance, being full, getting all what you want and more. So I feel like it's a time of great happiness and fulfillment for you, more than you have imagined. And which makes me think of what I realized here. It seems, just like with the story of Jason, that you were pushed away from something that you were supposed to have, and now you're getting it back. So think like maybe your family was supposed to be lucky with something and they were overthrown. They didn't get this thing. Now you're getting your rights back. Like, for example, this makes me think of the families where was perhaps a great inheritance, and once like a brother took the shares of the other brother, and then if that's the case, for example, now the side that was treated unfairly gets to take their rights back. Or maybe it's your job. You were treated unfairly. You were supposed to get something, and you were supposed to get a position. It was taken from you, and now you're getting that position back. Like you're getting your rights back. Maybe it could be a home. I get this idea in your pile that something unfair happened here. You were supposed to get something, and it was unfairly taken from you. And just like Jason, you're now going to get it back. You know, this also reminds me, Jason hurt his lover who helped him get the golden fleece in the journey. Only at the end, what was her name? I'll remember her name now. Only in the end, when he actually got the throne and promised to marry her, he abandoned her and married someone else. So I'm getting also this idea of your guides saying, be careful that when you get your rights, not to overthrow the rights of others. Remember your promises. So that's something that's in the story here, I believe, that you're meant to hear. So I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm just, since we're answering your question, I'm like trying to extract all the things that I'm seeing. Also, if you're asking your guides about someone in specific in your life, like maybe you lost someone in your life and you're wondering if you're going to get back together, I would say that your guides are saying yes. Why am I saying that? Because these are the twin brothers. One of them was, I believe it was Castor, who was mortal. Felix was immortal. When Castor died, Zeus brought them both together. To keep them together, he brought them together in heaven, where they spend eternity with each other, always together. So I'm getting the idea, in case you're asking your guides, will I ever be united with this person? Maybe you're not talking to your best friend, or maybe You're wondering if you're going to talk to someone dear to you again or connect with someone dear to you again, especially that we have the Ten of Cups with happy family. I think your guides are saying you expect a phone call from this person or expect communication from this person, and it's like you will always be united or something. So that's another thing that I'm seeing here. In all cases, expect a form of strong communication happening in your life. So a new life is about to begin for you. You're on the precipice of that. And there's great abundance, wealth, health, whatever this means to you with this phone call. Maybe all of them. But I do see that you will be greatly abundant. I mean, look at these two cards. Abundance, abundance, abundance. And they all surrounding a phone call. So yes, a new strong beginning with a strong foundation, with some form of empire, like territory, is beginning for you. You're going to get something that nobody can ever take from you. Like you're going to be a homeowner or a business owner or wealth owner. And this, it could be also with the four, it could be, it doesn't have to be home, it could be a homey feeling. But in all cases, nobody can take that from you this time. And if it's about a person, Gemini's communication, express, phone call, I feel like there will be a strong bond and great communication, continuous, endless communication between the two of you. Where like this, there's this idea of you becoming best friends, always there, brothers or sisters or partners, whatever this is, a strong bond that will form forever. So let's continue to see the rest of the cards and continue with the answer. You have the Seven of Wands, the Page of Swords, the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, co-joining with others. Look at that. Maybe you're not just two. Maybe you're more. Maybe this is like a family coming together. Perhaps. But there seems to be joining and collaboration and communication with others. It seems like some people were hurt from each other. Now they're making up, They are apologizing. They are coming together again. Healing a pain. So that's another strong thing I'm seeing in your reading. The Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is like an end of a pain, right? It's the end of that pain. And you were greatly hurt, it seems, with whatever you are inquiring about. Greatly hurt. Like this is utmost pain with the Ten of Swords. But it's also the end of it. And there's now a lot of healing and growing up happening. See, you again have the Eight of Pentacles. That's the background of the Eight of Cups. I see you walking away from something. Where did we see that? Yes, the Eight of Cups. There's strong energy of you walking now, leaving a specific situation, painful situation, because you've mastered the lesson, because this is the Eight of Pentacles. That's the opposite. That's like the same energy of this card. Eight of Cups in the background of the Eight of Pentacles. This is the Eight of Pentacles in the background of the Eight of Cups. You've mastered the lesson and thus walking from it. You no longer have to experience it. And the last two cards, I don't know why I'm feeling I should keep them here, so I'm going to do that. Whoa, you've got the Knight of Wands. You're now moving away very quickly. And you see it's the end. Where's the world figure? There. It's the end. Things are coming into balance. The karma has adjusted in this situation. It's kind of like if you were paying a karma, the karma has been paid. If you were learning a lesson, the lesson has been grasped. It's now ending. This situation has officially ended. And I see you moving with great speed out of it. Moving at a great speed towards great stability and a new beginning. both are moving towards that new beginning, new strong beginning. Your answer here is that this situation has ended. This pain has ended. That if you are wondering how it's going to happen when you've waited for so long with little results, there was, at that time, results weren't meant to happen. They were, with the Seven of Wands, challenges that were meant to make you grasp important lessons, understandings. That keeps coming up. Important lessons. You were meant to get understandings and not results, and thus the hollowness. Now is a time where things are shifting the other way around. That shift. Now that you've grasped the lesson, it's now for you to be on the path of abundance, to get the results you were always looking for. So expect communication. And look, Three of Pentacles is the main energy here. Three of Pentacles, collaboration. You've got the Three of Cups. There seems to be a strong energy of collaboration, uniting, strong bond between you and someone and others. There's a lot of healing and a lot of abundance and stability coming in. It's a time where you're not the victim, where you are the winner. And there is another message that I'm seeing. Something about you may not have been fortunate in something as other people were fortunate in that thing. But you don't always need that thing to get the result that you want. I'm saying that because Castor was mortal, where Felix was immortal. And but when Castor died, he went to heaven, and both were united in heaven. And heaven is like an awesome place to be. So did it really matter at the end of the day who was mortal and who wasn't, when they both continued living and in an awesome place? So I feel like there is this idea of each one has a different path, and it may look like someone is more fortunate than the other. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you're seeing and what you think, because the results that you want are going to happen anyway. To the naked eye, it seems like, oh, too bad for Castor. So unfortunate, he died when he really is heaven, and he's in heaven and having a great time. He didn't really die. And he's also with his brother / best friend, Felix. And they're having an awesome time together. So what I'm grasping could be for someone that's asking about something, is that if you're wondering, how is this going to happen for me when I don't have this or that? The answer is you may not have whatever it is you think you don't have, but it will never be the reason for you not to have the results that you are looking for. And you will find yourself without that thing that you feel could be the driving force to where you want to go, but still went there. And the yin and the yang, everyone has a different path, but they are both but they both get their thirst quenched. So don't worry about what you're lacking to get what you want. You are going to get it anyway. Just have faith and continue on your path. And I feel like now this whole situation has ended. And just like Castor died, here the pain is dying. And you are moving into your new abundant, happy life. Where you thought this was the end, this is just the beginning of something awesome. And my dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please do consider joining the memberships. It is a great way to support me if you can and wish to do so. You will find a join button under this video. I've also left a link first thing in the description box to make it easy for you to find. And if you decide to support me, I thank you so much for helping me and supporting me to be able to do what I love doing for you guys. Thank you so much. Sending you guys so much love and all the best of luck with this situation. I feel like your guides are in such a strong contact with you and they are there with you all the way, and they're letting you know, don't worry, we got you. You're going to get the results that you want, and you're on the precipice of great abundance coming into your life. Wait for some strong communication to happen. This was your reading, my dear pile number 3, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.